Only in Las Vegas is it common to see someone emerge from a manhole in the middle of a busy intersection. This unusual sight reflects the reality of a city known for its dazzling casinos, bright neon lights, and non-stop nightlife. Yet, behind the glittering facade of Sin City lies a stark contrast. Thousands of people live in poverty and are forced to sleep on the streets. According to a recent local government report, the number of homeless individuals in Las Vegas has reached nearly 8,000, marking a 20% increase from the previous year. This troubling statistic shows that while the city is often viewed as a place where dreams are made or lost on casino floors, it is also home to many whose dreams have completely fallen apart. Many of those living without shelter beneath the ever-glowing lights of Las Vegas struggle with mental health issues and substance abuse. Just a few blocks from the opulence of the Strip, the harsh reality of life on the streets comes into view, far removed from the laughter and excitement inside the city's luxury hotels. This illustrates the hidden side of homelessness in Las Vegas. Homelessness in Las Vegas is a growing crisis shaped by many complex factors. In 2022, over 5,600 people were reported homeless in the city. More than half of them lacked any permanent shelter. The high cost of housing is one of the main drivers of this crisis. Housing costs have risen far beyond the average income of many residents. For every 100 low-income renters in the city, there are only 14 affordable housing units available. This severe shortage forces many individuals to spend over 30% of their income on rent, creating significant financial strain that can quickly lead to homelessness. Mental health issues and addiction also play major roles in homelessness. Many individuals living on the streets struggle with substance abuse and the lasting effects of childhood trauma, making it difficult to break free from their situations. Studies show that nearly 2/3 of the homeless population in Las Vegas became homeless due to unemployment. This group generally faces lower risks of mental health and addiction problems. However, those who have lost their homes due to eviction or family conflicts tend to experience higher rates of both. The COVID-19 pandemic made the homelessness crisis worse. It led to a notable increase in the number of people living without shelter. The end of eviction bans, combined with a lack of affordable housing, left many families without options. While local authorities are trying to address this issue, the severe housing shortage continues to push more people into homelessness. This highlights the urgency of this growing problem in downtown Las Vegas. Near locations like Catholic Charities, a rising number of homeless individuals gather daily, hoping for a spot in emergency shelters. But for many, that hope fades quickly as shelters fill up long before everyone gets in. Waiting outside for hours becomes a grueling and exhausting routine, reflecting just how precarious life on the streets is. The harsh desert climate of Las Vegas only worsens their already difficult circumstances. During the summer, temperatures often rise above 110 degrees Fahrenheit or 43 degrees Celsius, turning the streets into an unforgiving furnace. In winter, the cold desert nights pose a different but equally dangerous threat to those sleeping outdoors. The extreme heat of the day and the biting cold at night create serious health and safety risks, leaving the homeless population constantly battling against the elements. Some of the homeless seek refuge in an unusual and dangerous place, underground in the flood control tunnels beneath the city. These individuals, often called the mole people, have been marginalized by society. They include the homeless, drug addicts, and those trying to escape the dangers of life above ground. It's estimated that around 1,500 people live in these tunnels, which stretch for hundreds of miles under the neon glow of the city's casinos. Originally built to manage rare heavy rainfall, the tunnels generally remain dry, creating an underground haven for those with nowhere else to go. For the mole people, life underground is a daily struggle for survival, filled with risks that most people above ground rarely consider. The most immediate danger is sudden flooding, which can sweep through the tunnels in minutes, drowning anyone who fails to escape in time. Besides the risk of floods, unsanitary conditions promote the spread of disease and infections. Violence is another constant threat. Despite these dangers, many find life in the tunnels preferable to the streets, where they face frequent police raids and conflicts with other homeless individuals. Yet, even in the isolation of these tunnels, some contact with the outside world exists. Charitable organizations like Shine a Light make regular efforts to reach out to tunnel residents, offering support and resources to help them escape the cycle of poverty and addiction. The mole people themselves often emerge from the tunnels at night, scavenging for food or supplies while trying to remain unnoticed by the busy city above. For many, life underground offers a brief escape from the harshness of street life, even though it comes with its own set of hazards. Homelessness is not just a physical struggle, but also a battle against the stigma and discrimination faced by those living on the streets. Negative public perceptions often add to their difficulties, pushing them further to the margins of society. Many people see the homeless as a burden or even a threat, without understanding the complex and often heartbreaking circumstances that drive them into such a life. This harsh judgment makes it even harder for the homeless to find jobs or receive the basic respect and dignity everyone deserves. To survive, many homeless individuals must find various ways to make money. Some rely on panhandling, collecting recyclables, or other informal jobs. Yet even in these meager efforts, they often become victims of exploitation by unscrupulous individuals who take advantage of their vulnerability. They can be targets of violence, harassment, and exploitation, with some even falling victim to human trafficking. In this dangerous environment, many are forced into illegal labor or suffer physical abuse, trapped by their desperate circumstances. Health issues present another overwhelming challenge for the homeless population. Take the story of Carl Graves, as shared by ReviewJournal.com. When Graves and his roommate could no longer afford their apartment in Las Vegas, the 44-year-old man felt the weight of his situation pressed down on him. Graves, who suffers from bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, and epilepsy, swallowed dozens of pills in a desperate attempt to manage his mental illness. He was rushed to the hospital and after recovering found himself back on the streets of Las Vegas. His story is all too common in this city, where instability worsens existing health issues. Living on the streets without proper hygiene or nutrition makes the homeless more prone to chronic diseases like tuberculosis, skin infections, and respiratory illnesses. Many also struggle with untreated mental health conditions such as bipolar disorder and schizophrenia, which worsen under the constant stress and trauma of street life. Without safe access to healthcare, stable housing, regular meals, or adequate medical care, their physical and mental conditions deteriorate quickly. This creates a cycle that is almost impossible to escape. Access to healthcare is extremely limited for the homeless. Most do not have health insurance or reliable transportation, forcing them to rely on emergency rooms for primary medical care. While the expansion of Medicaid in Nevada in 2014 provided some relief, many homeless individuals still depend on emergency services for basic health needs. Local surveys reveal that 40.2% of homeless individuals rely on emergency rooms as their main access to health care. This dependence not only fails to provide the comprehensive care they need, but it also places a heavy burden on the healthcare system and taxpayers. With the rising costs of emergency visits straining resources, this creates a cycle of health issues that is hard to break, as limited preventive care leads to more severe and costly medical emergencies down the line. Homelessness in Las Vegas significantly impacts the community and the city's infrastructure. The increasing number of homeless individuals triggers various social issues such as crime, disorder, and a decline in the city's image. Public spaces are often filled with people in need of help, disrupting the comfort of both residents and tourists. Additionally, homelessness places a heavy burden on the healthcare system and emergency services, leading to high costs for the government and taxpayers. The Las Vegas government, along with various nonprofits, is working to address homelessness with programs that improve access to healthcare, education, and job training. Programs like the Courtyard Homeless Resource Center offer integrated services, including temporary housing and medical assistance. Other shelters such as Las Vegas Rescue Mission and the Shade Tree provide accommodation and recovery programs. However, challenges like limited funding, shelter capacity, and access to transportation hinder the effectiveness of these initiatives. Social stigma and the lack of identification documents further complicate homeless individuals' ability to use available services, making homelessness a persistent issue in Las Vegas. The sight of tattered tents and faces filled with despair serves as a reminder that not everyone in this city is dealt the same hand. The contrast between luxury and despair highlights the growing social gap at the heart of this entertainment hub.